Hi, it's Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we'll be taking a look at the MSI GK30 combo. This is an MSI keyboard and mouse package which was kindly presented to us by Colin Hilton, one of our great friends on the channel, and he suggested that we do a giveaway with it. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Now I will say straight away, this is a UK layout keyboard, and ideally we would love for this to go to a UK resident, because obviously it's UK layout, it makes a lot of sense. So we will be doing a giveaway. If you want to be entered into the giveaway, we'll give you the details of that later on in the video, but if you do want to, then yeah, you can certainly do that. Although, potentially you might want to just buy one of these yourselves, because these actually seem to be dropping in price here, there and everywhere. Now this is currently towards the beginning of December 2023, and at the moment you can pick these up on Amazon.co.uk for around about £37, which I think is absolutely fantastic value for money for what you actually get here. Speaking of what you get here, so you get the fabulous GK30 keyboard, which is a mechanical stroke membrane keyboard. So you've got a mechanical type switch, but you've got a membrane base. So it kind of has the best of both worlds. You get that kind of clicky nice feeling that you'd get from some blue switches such as Optimus and the Cherry MX switches, but you also get that membrane layer. So with that, you actually get a lot more key presses. So most mechanical switches are rated at somewhere between a kind of 5 to 10 million key presses, whereas with a membrane you're looking at sort of 10 to 20. They just tend to go on and on forever. As most of you, if you've got an old membrane keyboard stuck in your loft, or maybe you're still using it, it's on your desk now, you've possibly had it for absolutely ages. They do tend to last the test of time as long as they don't get damaged. But this one shouldn't get damaged because it does also have a sort of water resistant section to it as well. So if you do accidentally spill fluids on there, there is like a drainage section, so it will just drain out the bottom to prevent any damage of such, which is excellent. You've also got all the kind of things you'd expect from a modern gaming style keyboard, such as illuminated lighting, which you can control from the keyboard itself using some of the hotkeys. So if you don't like installing software, this is going to be great. You can choose your settings, brightness levels, and all those kinds of things. Also the speed of the RGBs. You've also got options in there for changing audio sections as well, which is quite nice, built in. Just press the MSI key and whichever other function key, and you can change the settings. You can, if you want to, install the MSI Center software, of which this integrates really nicely. So if you've got your MSI motherboard, you've got your MSI keyboard and mouse, maybe some other MSI peripherals, and you want them all to synchronize together with either whatever game you're playing, or perhaps you just want some unicorn puke all over the place. The choice is down to you, but you can configure these also in MSI Center. And especially with the mouse, it's really handy. With this, you get the GM11 Mouse, which is a very small compact mouse. I really like it. It's around about 90 grams, so it's not a lightweight mouse as such in terms of what is available now, but when this was first released, it was considered a somewhat lightweight mouse. I personally love it because it is of a ambidextrous design, so whether you're lefty or righty, doesn't really matter, feels the same either way. And actually, I would go one step further and say that the GM11 is actually one of the best designs I've actually seen in a mouse in a long, long time. It's got a really nice shape to it, very nice feel. The scroll wheel mouse is excellent, very nice and grippy, very tactile, feels really nice. And the switches themselves, we're using Omron switches in here, so decent Omron switches, which are again rated at somewhere around about the 5 to 10 million switches. I'm not too sure, they have upgraded them recently, so I think they've got newer switches which have got more key presses, but essentially it's yeah, a decent mouse. You've also got the buttons on the side as well, so for your back and forward. Even though it is ambidextrous, those buttons are only on the left hand side, so for those of you that like using those buttons, ideally you'd need to know that. They don't have them on both sides, which is unfortunate, but it's a really nice shaped mouse, very comfortable to use, glides really nicely. One thing to say, make sure you remove the plastic coating off the actual skids on the bottom. That's very important you do that to get the best performance out of them. So many people forget that. I've actually bought some of these on the used market, and well, either they've never used them or they've just not removed the plastics. It's a very common thing, so make sure you remove the plastics to get the best performance. And it does have up to 5000 DPI, not the highest rating sensor. It is using the older Pixart PWM 3325 sensor, so it's not brilliant, but it certainly gets the job done, and it's better than a lot of the mice on the market. And even some of the cheaper Chinese ones which use the same sensor, I think this one is a little bit more accurate. They've done a really good job of putting it together. There's no obvious shakes or rattles or anything. It just works really, really nicely. And again, obviously, you can use it within the MSI Center, do a configuration there. You can set up your DPI settings for that middle button, so you can choose those on the fly should you need to. You can also choose things like your lift off distance and that kind of stuff. But overall, I think this is a really good package. If you can pick it up for a decent price, I would suggest go out and buying one. If you think of the kind of the value proposition here, £37 for a keyboard and mouse is pretty awesome. So if you say the keyboard's worth, I don't know, £20–25, the mouse kind of £10 to £15, I think that is fantastic value for money, especially for a branded piece of peripheral. Most of the time, if you're buying branded stuff such as Asus, MSI, Gigabyte, etc., when you're buying keyboards, mice, headphones, etc., they're generally pretty expensive. Now, don't get me wrong, the price on this does change, and I have seen this as much as like 60 quid in some places, which it kind of isn't really worth that. Although, if you like it and it feels nice, then I guess whatever you spend really doesn't make much difference. But overall, I think if you can pick it up for a decent price, definitely worth looking out for. On the used market, these often sell for very similar money actually, so they do seem to hold their value. Every now and then you'll get a bargain where someone doesn't really quite know the value of it, and you'll get it for like a £5 or something ridiculous, which is, yeah, very, very lucky if you do. But if you want to be lucky, potentially you could win this. Again, you do need to be in the United Kingdom in order to do that. If you put a comment in the comment section below, just say your name, why you want the keyboard, and that you're in the UK, and you'll be entered into the draw. Now, in terms of when we're actually going to do the draw, I'm not entirely sure. We'll try and get this video out as quick as we can. We'll try and get it done before Christmas, so somebody can hopefully be unwrapping this at or around Christmas time, but we'll see how things go. But if you want to be entered to win, leave a comment in the comment section below, say who you are, where you are, and why you want it, and you may be the lucky winner. Also as well, I should thank again Colin Hilton for sending this over. I think he actually picked one up for himself and possibly a niece or nephew as well, so MSI have had a few quid out of Colin, unfortunately. But yes, if you want to win this, yeah, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm waffling now, so I'm going to stop this. Of course, if you want to see more in-depth reviews of either of these products, I'll link those in the video description as well. So maybe you just want the keyboard or maybe you just want the mouse. We've done two separate videos because when this was actually first out, they didn't do a combo kit, so I reviewed them both separately. Make sure you watch those actually, they're quite interesting, and being that they're slightly older videos, they are quite interesting to see how things have changed here. Let me know what you think of them in those video comments as well. So I think that's going to wrap this video up. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, smash the like button. If you want to see more content of this on a daily basis, hit the subscribe button and the chime notification. That way you'll be notified of future video releases. But for now, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.